Hey, what's going on, people? It's your man, Chris, before I start, I have to give a special shout out to Princess Nikki. Um, I'm gonna get into this video. Let's talk about this situation with Jay-Z and Solange and the attack. To me, all this, I got a good laugh out of this. It's been in the news for like the last week. To me, it's been pretty funny. It's kind of like something to take lighthearted, not to take too serious. But one thing I noticed since that happened is I've heard of plenty of dudes saying, if they was in Jay-Z's position, they'd have punched him in the face and all this other stuff. And I'm just like, I was waiting for somebody to say what I was thinking, but nobody ever came up with what I was thinking. What I was thinking, I'm just like, if I was in Jay-Z's position, I would have done the same thing. And the reason why I've done it is not just because she's a woman, but because this is Beyonce's sister. This is not Beyonce's estranged sister. Beyonce loves her sister. So now I'm getting attacked by Beyonce's sister. Now I know let's say Jay-Z or me or Jay-Z, Solange, if you was to have a knockdown, drag-out fight with Solange, 99 times out of 100, you the man is going to win. Solange doesn't like she's any real threat. So she's attacking you, and you blocking, you trying to subdue her and stop her from hitting you, but you ain't really fighting her back. You ain't fighting her back because, number one, if Jay-Z loves Beyonce or even cares for Beyonce, and he knows Beyonce loves and cares for this girl, why are you going to hit and hurt this girl that she cares about? Because if you hurt her, you're going to be hurting Beyonce too. It's like, no one brought that when I was shocked that no one really even mentioned that. Because let's say if it wasn't, alright, let's say instead of Solange, Beyonce's sister was Layla Ali. Now, Layla Ali could probably beat most dudes' ass with no problem. So in case of Layla Ali, let's say it's Layla Ali, you still can't fight her like you would fight somebody, because, this is someone that your sister loves. So you're just going to more or less trying to wrestle her and subdue her. Because if you actually try to box her, she might kick your ass. Especially in a closed situation like that. In the elevator, you just have to try to, because I'm saying that's what, me personally, I'll look at the situation like that. Let's say it's not even a woman. Let's say it's a dude. Let's say I'm dealing with a woman and her brother thinks he's trying to... Now, I thought from the beginning it had something to do with Beyonce. It didn't have nothing to do with her personal trying to get a contract. Because people came with that stuff and I was like, that sounds kind of weak. But let's say a woman has a brother and the brother's mad at me and he thinks he's defending his sister's honor, or he thinks I did the sister something wrong and I didn't do the sister any wrong, but he thinks that. He comes at me, I'm going to try to do the same thing, subdue him. I'm not going to try to fight him like I would fight somebody on the street I don't know, or somebody who's really trying to threaten my life. Even if I was to try to fight him, I couldn't fight him like a normal person, because there's certain places I couldn't hit him, there's certain things I couldn't do, because I'm not trying to damage him. Because this is somebody who, the woman you say you care about, or the woman you love, she cares about that person. So, if I know that I can beat him into the ground if I really wanted to, what sense would it make me to actually do it? And especially if he thinks he's defending his sister's honor just because he thinks I offended his sister's honor or something like that. So I was just waiting for someone to come up and say that, but a lot of people were just like, nah, they were just like, they was calling Jay-Z a punk, he ain't really from Brooklyn, they was trying to make it like that. And I'm just like, I think Jay-Z did the right thing, because I don't think he's a punk. I think if he was in a situation where some woman had him hemmed up like that, he could get out of it with no problem. But I was shocked because I don't know, for some reason, I don't know, maybe it's because Solange is black, because it seems like us black men, we don't mind disrespecting our women, because recently some dude made a video on Mother's Day about calling black women, what do you call them, bastard baby makers, bastard baby making machines, stuff like that, saying that was a good time to do it because Mother's Day didn't make them. And I'm just like, alright, dudes got their right to feel how they want, but could have gave that a break, could have done that show another day instead of on Mother's Day. If that's how you feel, why not just give it a break? But I don't know, we have a crazy amount of disrespect for women, and I don't understand. I guess I kind of understand where it comes from, but black women are more aggressive than most other women, and they get into this hood stuff more than other women would, and want to fight out in the streets and stuff like that. But that's just the consequence, I think, of this gangster culture that we've taken upon. That's what I really think it is. But I just want to put my 2 cents in on this because the incident itself, like, the incident got kind of sad when Beyonce took down, Solange took down Beyonce's pictures, and Beyonce then put a picture of her and her sister. I was just like, okay, that's some real personal stuff that people we following, the rest of the universe is following, on Twitter and Facebook and all of that. And I was like, everybody don't need to be involved in that, But, like I said, I got a little laugh out of that, but I was kind of like disappointed in how many people saying like they would have punched her in the face and they wouldn't have stood for that and all this other stuff. I heard it one time too many, to be honest. I'm like, because I wasn't, you expect to hear stuff like that, but I just heard it a lot. I heard groups of guys saying the exact same thing, and I'm just like, okay. To me, that's just like, I think Jay-Z did the right thing, and I think most people should think like that too. I'm like, hey, if you get into it with somebody, the person you love with, it may not be their business and all of that, but if they, there's no need to hurt that person, especially if you know that person is no real physical threat to you. There's no need for that to even think thoughts like that, really. Hey, I'm not going to stand you being mad at somebody's trying to hit you and hurt, you could tell she really wanted to get at him, but, I think he handled the thing the right way, and I think a lot of the stuff I hear people talking about is it's just kind of crazy. It's just kind of crazy, but that's the world we live in today. But anyway, that's only my, that's just how I feel on the topic. Hopefully somebody listened to this video, because my last video nobody looked at, and the one before that was only 2, so maybe I'm just talking into the wind. But anyway, if anybody's listening, thanks for listening. Take care of yourselves. Peace.